Good morning, everybody, and hope all of you are well. And so today I want to discuss about speaking English, and that means spoken English is so much important language, and that is depend on my willingness, willing power, and I think that if we want to learn this language, so what kinds of part and what kinds of way we have to accept to learn this language, and that is most important challenges to learn this language, and what kinds of troubleshooting way for learning this language, and most important parts and although this language is so much important for making the business and always is most popularized, and always this language is used. This language is used as a main ingredient part of business side, and not only business but also every section of our society, every part of the technology society so much important. This is for us to learn about this matter, and so not for having so much proper idea, not for having suitable idea and proper guidelines. So that is why we cannot learn this language. And so, if you want to start learning language English, that means we have to select several steps, and so that we can depend on our selecting procedure will be able to learn this language. That means most important parts for us. At first, we have to select several steps by learning this language, and on what matter this language is depending is most important part and parcel of our life, and not for being able to select the most important point and troubleshooting way. We cannot learn this language, and not having the suitable idea about this language is most problem, and this is the way to learn this language by accepting the almost popular and easiest and best and a suitable method is most important. Through suitable method is possible to learn this language by us and by the students who are very scared and who are not eager to learn this language, and actually pleasuring is most important points, and some students who don't find any pleasure in this language, and with pleasures we besides pleasures we have to learn this language, we have to practice, and if we are able to bring the pleasure with this language, in this language, on this language, so we are not able to make the student for perfect, make the students as much as needs to be expert, and that is most important point. And at first we have to think that how much way and how much troubleshooting way and how much easiest method have for learning this language, and we should think that select firstly before starting this language, always we have to think the procedure of this language and starting this language. Before starting this language, we must have the super idea. We must have should have the super idea, proper idea, that means easiest way and troubleshooting way and almost methodical way, so much so we can learn this language. That is most important point, and never we think that how much methodical way for learning this language. That is the most important point, and every times we have to think that how to make this language easiest for our student and easiest for our learner and easiest for our reader of the society. And if we able to make them, and if we able to bring them to the perfect procedure, to the easiest way, to the troubleshooting way, and how to remove the troubleshooting way from their skill, from their troubleshooting, from our knowledge, from our experience. So we will become perfect for this language, and others we cannot improve our language skill, others we cannot learn something and unable to make a business with a foreign buyer. And you know that the present society is dependent on this language, and depending on this language is possible to make the better business worldwide, and you can make a business sitting at home. That's not a factor and always possible, and everybody make this language sitting at homes depending on this language. And most important part, and sitting at home, that means by using the most of the technology in our business is possible to extend our business, is possible to wide our business platform on depend this language. And most important and precondition to make this business is to learn this English language, and English is so much important to make this business. Without learning this language, so we cannot make this language is most important part. And step by step by step, and day by day, and we have to enhance our capability. And firstly, we have to learn this language, and after finishing learning this language, then after we are having to make the business with a foreign buyer, and having to understand their language skilled, and able to understand their listenings, and what kinds of method and pronunciation is used in their language by them, and when they are talking with the persons and about the matters, and is most important. And what kinds of matter they're discussing, and when they're discussed, and what about what matter are discussed by them is the most important part. And being able to understand, being able to listening part is the most important for us to develop our skill. It's one kinds of things. So always I have to tell, and let me tell some things about developing this language, and how worldwide around the world this language is used as the main ingredient of the business language and professional language. And if we don't know that how to use the professional language with them, so it's a most important part. It's a most of a barrier, and it's a most one kinds of obstacle for career, not for being able to understand their language skill, and that is the most important problem and barrier for our business. And no, it is one kind of problems. It cannot give us to make the business with them, and this is problem. And so we should think that how to remove this problem from our skills. When we will be able to remove this problem from our skills at a time, so will be perfect for making the business with them. And so that is why we need to think how to develop this all kinds of skills, and how to develop our language skills depending on the methodical way, and depending on the methodical system, and depending on the most popular procedure is the most important points. And always we have to make the students we have to make the students so encourage to this language and on this language, and for this language. So that is why you can do some things, and always we have to make some procedures so that they can learn some things through the methodical way, through the proper way, through the almost proper procedure is a most important point, and is a most methodical system, and studying the methodical system, and studying on the proper steps on this language is most important and possible to learn some things. And so why we are not able to and always perfect, and why we are not being we are not being expert for this language, and that is most important. And always we should avoid this from our skills, so that we can able to associate it, and always we have to make a make a associate, so that by making an associate is possible to extend our knowledge, is possible to develop this language is most important and part and parcel. Ingredient option, and what kinds of ingredient option needs to be implemented in our skills, and needs to be implemented for making the business, and for increasing our knowledge, and sensing society, and how to sense the society, and by making the business, and by learning this language. And if we don't never thinks if we never thinks how to depend the sensing society on, and what is the sensing society depending on, and this is that is most important points. And how to sense our society, how to sense our family, and how to sense our distinct how to sense our individual performance is most important. And that is why we need be efficient. We need to be very perfect based on the most popular language, and how much important this is, and so how much importance is having on this language is one kinds of methodical all kinds of always we have to think that how to. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, and now let me finish my video, because my friend called me. His name is I now I don't mention his name, and in my next video I will make you the another option about discussing another part for learning this language. So I want to finish my video now, so let me finish. And I hope all the best of you, and thank you everybody. Thank you every viewer who are watching my video, and for learning your English language, and this develop develop your skill.